All right, well, we are live over at let me get it right, Just Right Detailing?
Auto detailing.
Just Right Auto Detailing. And this is my friend Jose that I've told you a million times about, and his handsome young man that's learning the trade of his dad, Roman. Roman is he's already like a famous guy. He's a famous guy. And I told him if he helps me out, pick out the name today, I've got some candy for him. And he doesn't, all of you are gonna be shocked. His daddy and mommy, they love chocolate. Roman doesn't like chocolate, he likes Smarties. So I brought Smarties for him. So I'm gonna take off my hat and give it to my friend Jose. And I'm gonna show you on the camera, we've got the 3 golden ticket winners. The first one is Veronica and Emily. And if Jose will kind of fold it down a little bit, fold it in half or whatever. And just so it's, it fits in the hat. The other one is Susie from Minnesota. So I'm gonna give that one to my friend to fold up and he'll put it into the hat. And then the last one is Barbara from Wisconsin, Barbara Finger from Wisconsin. So I'll give that also to Jose. You can fold it up. And then he's give it a good shake. Give it a good shake. Shake, 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 shake. And you can't. He's gonna be shy. Just reach in the hand, grab one, buddy. Just grab one. Just grab in there, and then. Which one did he pick? Roman just picked Veronica and Emily from Texas. You guys are the grand prize winners. How cool is that? So congratulations, congratulations. And by the way, ladies, you're watching this right now, and this is the gentleman that gave you the fantastic toy machine, the miniature machine. He won it, and then he gave it to you guys as a runner-up. So now you can wave at him and say, thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
Enjoy your machine.
So, and if any of you need detailing and you're in the OCONTO area, you gotta come here. It is the best detailing shop in Wisconsin, if not the country, okay? So congratulations, Veronica and Emily. Hey, wait, let me give you your candy. So you don't say, hey, Scott, you forgot my candy. You forgot my candy, man. What's up, what's up?
Get your candy, buddy.
You did a great job. You did a great job.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Can I get a high five? Holy, ow! I can tell you've been training. You've been training with your dad. Holy mackerel. I'll just put it back in the hat and put it right here and put my hat back on. So, and I'll just real quick have you point the camera at me if I have it the right way. Yeah, so, all right, there it is. You guys know the winner now. It's Veronica and Emily from Texas. So thank you again to my friends here that helped me discover the winner, the grand prize winner. So I'm going to take you back now to the workshop because we have to do another drawing over there. These guys have to get back to work. And I've got to get back over to the workshop and we're going to find out who won the other miniature sewing machine, also made in Germany, very rare, and who knows? It may be Emily and Veronica again. They just have luck on their side. So thank you again. All right, let's head back over to the workshop.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys. Just Right Detailing. Yeah, you guys know. And I'll come back for my camera bag. I realize I left it over there. Well, believe it or not, we are coming up on the workshop already. That gives you an idea of how close it is. Matter of fact, I'll turn the camera around. You see the workshop is right next to the public library. And then right back over there, you can see it in the shot. Right over there is Jose's detailing shop. How cool is that? And that's one of the restaurants I go to right across the street there. So everything is so close in a small town, isn't it? I don't know if any of you want to type into the chat if you are from a small town or used to live in a small town, it's so easy to get around to places. And Hank is already announcing my arrival. Hey, Hank. You want to be on camera? Huh? You don't have to be afraid of the camera, buddy. All right, let me get this set up downstairs. And then I'll come back up and close that door so we can finish this premiere. It's exciting premiere. This will be the last time I'm going to set up the workbench. Then I'll be able to get all my machines back on the workbench again. Absolutely. Hold on just a second. I got to cue this up. There it is. I finally found it. All right, give me a second. Oh, come on, we can be louder than that.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here a there, a everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here a there, a everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a dog, E-I-E-I-O. With a
Woof, woof,
here and a
woof, woof.
there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O. With a
Quack, quack.
here and a
Quack, quack.
there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm,
E-I-E-I-O.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some sheep, E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there, here, there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
I love that song. Oh my gosh, not again, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay, let me come into the shot. Well, hold on a second. There we go, now I can see it. Well, we were just over at Just Right. Matter of fact, I'll show you the cool can to hold my drinks to keep them cold that Jose gave me right after he opened. And so he was still in the process of building his business, and he gave this to me as a special gift as we started to build our friendship together. So how neat is that? And as his business continues to pick up, he is booked out now all the way through November. And that was the last time he told me. He might be booked into December now. So people have heard about him and they're like, yeah, we want our cars detailed just right. And, well, that is the name of the business. I thought I was just coming up with something new. Just Right Auto Detailing. Yeah, OCONTO, Wisconsin. So, but at any rate, I really appreciate his help, and I appreciate Roman's help as well. You can tell how Roman, I kind of told you guys, he sometimes gets a little bit shy, but then he was like, I don't know. There's some smarties at stake here. I am going to rally to the occasion, and I'm going to make this happen because I really want those smarties. Again, he does not like chocolate. Doesn't do chocolate. Who knew? So, but this campaign just ended on the 23rd of September. And that marked again the 50th anniversary of the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie. And if you want to pick up a copy of something that really covers a lot of the stuff about the movie, behind the scenes and stuff, kind of like a, gosh, what do they call it? It's almost like a director's cut type thing. But Life magazine did a fantastic job of putting together a whole edition about this historic moment of celebrating 50 years of this movie. I'll tell you one thing, I don't anticipate being around when they celebrate 100 years of this movie. That's going to be 50 years from now? Yeah, it's not likely. I mean, it's possible, but not highly likely. So I wanted to make a big deal about this one, and the most important thing is support a great cause and make a big deal out of that opportunity. And boy, oh boy, did you Heroes for Hank step out to be counted. And in the process of being counted, we were able to generate proceeds to support the mission so that they have a margin at the OCONTO Area Humane Society of, I have to take a breath first, it's a long number, $5,400. $5,400. $5,400. That's a lot of dollars. I mean, that's like if you stacked them end to end, it would, yeah, that's a lot of money. And it's all because of the Heroes for Hank that stepped out and said, count us in. Count us in. We want to support this cause. Scott, you believe in it? We believe in it. We want to support it, just like we did for the History Museum down in South Bend, Indiana. And again, you've made it happen. You've made the impossible happen again. And as those donations were coming in, I was fast and furiously mailing out these Wonka bars. And they went out, let me show you again on the map, so I don't forget anyone as far as state on where those donations came in from. There we're looking at a U.S. map. And again, this is little old OCONTO, Wisconsin. Less than 5,000 souls in this town. Unless you count rabbits, squirrels, dogs, and cats, then yeah, we're probably about as big as Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, almost. Because we have a lot of squirrels, a lot of bunnies, and other critters out in this neck of the woods. But as you look at this map, we have donations that came in from all the way out in Washington State, California, all the way down in Texas. I'll kind of move this out of the way and point at it. All the way down in Texas, up in Minnesota, lots of donations as well that came in from the great state of Wisconsin, Michigan, all the way out in Pennsylvania, and then finally all the way down in Florida. So supporting a local shelter, a local campaign, because of the folks that follow my vintage sewing machine work, we were able to rally together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states, 8 states if you count Wisconsin. So oftentimes when you're running a campaign in support of a local cause, you only can draw support from that state, only within Wisconsin. But because people love vintage sewing machines all around the world, and I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't get any donations that were international to support our OCONTO Area Humane Society, because regularly in a premiere like this, we will have people from Finland, from France, from the United Kingdom, from Australia, from China, from Africa, from all over the place. About 126 countries, if you can imagine, follow this YouTube channel. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of mind-blowing, but it's absolutely spot-on truth. So, but I'm just pleased as punch that people from all around the United States, as my dear friend Paula Noel said it, and she is a hero for Hank as well, from the great state of Florida, she said, Scott, we had donations come in from sea to shining sea, all the way across the country. Look at it. Washington State, California, all the way over to Florida, all the way over to Pennsylvania, Michigan, Minnesota, and of course, a number of donors, including 2 members of the board of directors that said, count us in. We already are donating our time to this great cause of supporting the OCONTO Area Humane Society. Now we want to reach into our pocket and support it financially. And I'm giving a shout out right now to the president of the board of directors, Angie Porter. And you know what? She said,
that was easy.
That was easy, but I'm also going to do a bell ring for our board of director members, Angie, who donated to support this cause, and also Bruce as well. Bruce, also on the board of directors, said, count me in. I also want to support this cause as well. Bruce Gillis. So I love it when people don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. They jump in and they say, this is a just cause. We're already involved with it, but now we want to take it a step further and reach into our own pockets and support it in a financial way. And both of these heroes for Hank, Angie and Bruce, they reached, let me just say this and honor their confidentiality, they reached deep into their pocket. I mean, they reached so deep into their pocket to support this cause. When they pulled out that money to give it to the Humane Society, I'll bet you they had at least a couple pieces of lint as well. Yeah, I mean, when you reach deep into your pocket, you got lint. And you know what? Lexi over at the Humane Society and all the other great staff members over there, they just brushed that lint away. They just brushed it away and said, all right, we'll just hang on to the money to support the critters. Yeah, they did. But again, how cool is it that a local cause receives support from sea to shining sea all over the U.S. And that's the way it should be, right? I mean, if you believe in critters, if you believe in animals, it doesn't matter if they live in Wisconsin or if they live in California or Washington State or Minnesota or Michigan or Pennsylvania or Florida. Real true blue animal lovers are going to step out of the shadows into the light and say, we are going to support that cause. We are going to support that cause. Plus, all of these folks that supported the cause in a significant way also love vintage sewing machines as well. And I just think that that's a win-win-win when we can share a passion together and then also extend that passion into another passion of supporting critters until they get their forever home. Again, so many bills are pouring into the OCONTO Humane Society, and it's so incredible to be able to hand them that $5,400 and say, we know this isn't going to cover all the bills, but it'll help, and it helps in a big way. So yeah, I'm gonna ring the bell again. I mean, that is the good stuff when that happens. So back to what we just did over at Just Right Auto Detailing in Oconto, Wisconsin. We just picked the grand prize winner. The grand prize winner. And what I did again is I kind of set up these golden tickets. Here, let me come back onto this shot a little bit. All right, I almost got it. I'm doing this like backwards, so it's a little bit weird. All right, I think we're almost there. So what I did is I went over there. Here, let me kind of lower myself down. So what I did is I went over there all prepared. And yeah, a couple of people did honk. They kind of honked at me as I was walking over. I wasn't rolling going over, but coming, yeah, people were like, what's that guy dressed up for? It's not Halloween yet. Now you got me thinking, Halloween is coming up. Wonka hat, Wonka vest, free candy. I don't know, I might connect with Roman and Jose and say, hey guys, you want to do trick-or-treating? Yeah, I might put that on the calendar. I think I might put that on the calendar. But I went over with these 3 golden tickets because during the course of this campaign, we ended up getting donations for all of the Wonka bars, but there were 2 golden tickets that were still unaccounted for. We learned about this one right here, Susie from Minnesota. We learned about Veronica and Emily from the great state of Texas. And we learned about Barbara Finger from the great state of Wisconsin. But we never heard about the other 2 golden ticket winners. So it's possible with some of our donors being board of directors members, and they right away they excuse themselves in a sense from the contest, saying, okay, the chocolate is great, I'm cool with the chocolate, but as far as winning something beyond that, it would be a conflict of interest. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, type it in the chat. So I respect that totally, where you kind of recuse yourself. You recuse yourself and you say chocolate is good, but as far as winning something material, we're board of directors members and we just can't do it. And we did have Angie and Bruce that donated to this cause as board of director members. Bruce is a former president on the board of directors. Angie is the current president on the board of directors. And it's possible that they got golden tickets and they said, you know, we're going to enjoy the chocolate, but we're not going to claim that golden ticket. I've got a tickle on my nose right now. We're not going to claim that golden ticket. So that's probably why we ended up with 3 golden ticket winners or finders that stepped forward. You know, Susie, Veronica and Emily, and then Barbara Finger. So we only had 3 tickets in the hat when we did the drawing over there by Jose and Roman. And the one again that Roman picked out was Veronica and Emily from Texas. So they are our grand prize winners. They not only get that bouquet or that treasure trove of chocolate that you've seen in several of the premieres, but they also get a $50 Joanne Fabrics gift card, and they get either a virtual or an actual tour of the workshop. They see my entire personal collection, about 200 machines, and then Emily or Veronica, it probably will be Emily and Veronica kind of collaborating on it. They'll then point at that final machine that they pick and they say, this is the one that we want, Scott. This is the one that we want you to fully restore for us. And I'll do it because they're the grand prize winners. But we still have another drawing to do on top of that, don't we? Do you remember what it is? I'll zoom in on it to refresh your recollection. Now, the absolutely crazy thing about, you know, whenever you have a contest and a fundraiser, it really is, it's a combination of good fortune and luck. So the good fortune is, when I did the last drawing for this particular miniature sewing machine, again, this particular miniature sewing machine was made by the Adler Sewing Machine Company. And they made it specifically to honor the Brothers Grimm. And the Brothers Grimm, again, if you don't know about it, they are the 2 brothers from Germany, Hanau, Germany, where I was stationed as a soldier over in Germany for 3 years. And they wrote over 200 children's books. And that's part of the reason that when this particular machine was minted, it's got a fairy on the front of it. I'll kind of zoom in on that if you might have missed that other premiere and you didn't see. It's got the cutest little fairy on the front of it. Again, they wrote, these brothers, the Brothers Grimm from Germany, wrote over 200 children's books. And, you know, inevitably in a children's book, there's going to be a fairy. Along with a fairy, on the back of it, they put Robin Hood. Got to adjust my camera a little bit because you can't see Robin Hood. You're like, where's Robin Hood? On the back of this really cool miniature sewing machine, they put Robin Hood, Robin Hood's incredibly courageous dog that's about to have an apple shot off of his head. You better be a good shot, my friend. and then also a bullseye as well. But the whole theme of this miniature sewing machine was built around the idea of fairy tales, and specifically to honor the Brothers Grimm from Hanau, Germany. And if you don't know any details on that, Google it. Type in Brothers Grimm, Hanau, Germany. Hanau is spelled Hanau, and you'll be able to learn about these incredible men. And I showed you in that other premiere, again, all of the premieres, all of the videos shot in relation to this fundraiser and contest to benefit the OCONTO Humane Society. They're all in a playlist on this YouTube channel. So I would encourage you to go to that playlist and watch everything from start to finish. It started with me having the privilege to interview Lexi, the director of the OCONTO Area Humane Society. And the last one that I shot was me visiting the Humane Society again, and then doing a final walkthrough and meeting a number of great critters, including a bunch of little baby kittens. Well, kittens are babies, so that's kind of redundant. But little kittens that were in one of the waiting rooms, one of the rooms where they go to meet the critters. And there's probably an official name for it. I'm probably getting it wrong, so sorry about that, you guys. But it was a special little room that the staff had specifically set up with these beautiful little kittens. Go and watch that video. I don't have to explain all this to you. And they literally tried to trap me in that room. They were like, no, you're our new mom. You're our new mom, and we're going to hang on to you. And they were doing all kinds of beautiful sounds. You got to watch that video. You got to watch the video. It's in that playlist. I think from start to finish, with all of the premieres and things we did at the workshop and everything else, there's like 16 videos. And some of them are fairly short, but you got to check it out so you can just appreciate the scope of this campaign, the time that everyone from Lexi to board of directors members to myself and others poured into this campaign to benefit the critters. It just gives you an idea of the love and the care and the affection that we have for supporting the cause. Okay, so this was the first machine. Jose, the gentleman and his son that we just met over at that business of Just Right Auto Detailing in OCONTO, Wisconsin, that he was the name pulled out of the hat to win this machine. And then I called him up. Again, if you didn't see that video, you are so behind. You're going to be in summer school. You're going to be in summer school. So you got to watch that video. I call him up on the live premiere and I say, Jose, you just won this really cool machine. Do you want to, I mean, it's yours to keep, or the runner up that was picked out of the hat is Veronica and Emily from the great state of Texas. And they would, I'm just being honest with you, Jose, they would love, if you don't want the machine, they can use it. They would love it. They would blah, 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 blah. You'll hear him say, as I called him on his cell phone, give it to them if they can use it. It's okay with me. Give it to them. So you want to talk about these ladies having favor and good fortune and good luck and God's favor and everything else shining on them down in the great state of Texas. They get this machine from Jose. They get picked as the grand prize winner today so that they can get that treasure trove. I got to grab it. It's off camera. Hold on a second. I'll play the instrumental version of Old MacDonald, and you can sing along with it as I'm pulling this other stuff out. Hold on. Sorry, Mr. Bean. E-I-E-I-O. Oh, look at you. E-I-E-I-O. Holy mackerel. Bill O. My buddy from Kissimmee, Florida. From Kissimmee, Florida. They're playing an organ, Bill. They're playing an organ. Yeah, jam it out, baby. Jam it out. Well, what I wanted to show you is all the golden ticket winners. So Barbara Finger, Susie from Minnesota, and also Veronica and Emily are grand prize winners. They get a box of these made in Germany chocolate truffles. And again, why did I pick chocolates made in Germany? They make great chocolates in Wisconsin. They make chocolates all over the place. They make them in Switzerland. Because the movie was shot in Munich, Germany, just about 2.5 to 3 hours south of Hanau, Germany, where I lived for 3 years with the military. But also you get all of this chocolate as well. Where is it? It's somewhere. Where is it? There it is. Come out to right about there. So all of the golden ticket finders get these really yummy truffles made in Germany, and then they get all of this treasure trove of made in Germany chocolate as well. I've shown this in other premieres, but I'll show it to you again just to really make you guys go, holy mackerel, I want to become best friends with Barbara and Susie and Veronica and Emily, and maybe they'll share, because in every one of these large bars there's 5 small bars inside of there. So you can do the math as easily as I can. I did this in the other premiere. 5 here. That's 10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35. 40 chocolate bars in this treasure trove of European chocolate made in Germany, the same place they made the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie that was premiered in what year? What year did it premiere in the U.S.? Type it in the chat if you know. What year did it premiere in the U.S.? And I'll tell you what, I'll send you something special, and I'll give you a big hint. It can be your choice of one of these type of chocolate bars if you're the first one to type it in the chat. The year that it was premiered, and if you tell me the month, the day, the year, that'll make it even better. Then you'll get like a ring of the bell as well. So be the first one, and I'll let my veterans be the fact checkers on who gets it right. So what year did they debut the movie in the U.S.? And if you know approximately when they debuted it over in Europe, because that was where they showed the movie first. It came out in Europe near Germany, and then they went on and premiered it in the U.S. after that. So type that in the chat, and I'll send you your choice of one of these chocolate bars, okay? So it can either be dark mint. I'll put them away as I read them off. Dark mint is this one. Personally, this is my favorite, but hey, that's just me. I don't want to influence you. So dark mint, if you're the first one to get it in the chat correctly. And again, if you can give the month, the day, and the year, that would be even better. You should know what the month and day is, because that was the end of our campaign day. Hint, hint, poke, poke. And you have dark sea salt, which is also really, really yummy. And you've got dark 70% cocoa. A lot of people like dark chocolate. This is even more dark chocolate with higher cocoa, 85%. Dark orange almond. That's interesting. Milk extra creamy. If you like it spicy, dark chili chocolate. You can imagine they make that in Germany too. And then last but certainly not least, dark sea salt caramel. I know a lot of people love caramel. Or if you want to say it like a commoner, caramel. But I'm guessing my dear friend over in the UK, Alex Askroff, would probably say caramel. I don't know. I should ask him. Or you can ask him if you happen to chat with him. Does he say caramel or caramel? And then you can move on and say, do you say potato or potata? Do you say tomato or tomata? I have no idea. I don't know where I'm going with that, but at any rate, if you were the first one to type in September 23rd, 1971. And you can't do it now. If you do it now, it's null and void. But if you were the first one to do it, you'll have your choice of any of these chocolate bars. You got to do a lot more to win something like this, because I can just tell you, this is pricey stuff right here. It really is. And I'm generous. I'm very, very generous. But I'll give you one of these, your choice. If you got September 23rd, 1971. And again, if you really want to, if you say, I really, really had planned to donate to the campaign and I could have won, I could have gotten a chocolate bar like this in the mail, right? I could have gotten a chocolate bar like this in the mail, and I could have peeled it back just as Susie did, just as Barbara did, just as Emily and Veronica did, and who knows? You might have gotten that. Ooh, that's fun. Look at that. Woo! Put your sunglasses on. Put your sunglasses on. Put your sunglasses on. Yeah. So, sorry. Too late now. The campaign is over. But all the heroes that did step in and donated, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. $5,400 is gonna feed a lot of hungry mouths. Is gonna provide a lot of needs for those wonderful critters that are at the OCONTO Area Humane Society. So thank you again to all of our heroes for Hank. All right, how about a little bit more music, a little bit more fun music. And then we're going to do this drawing for this other miniature sewing machine that, based on my research, was made by Foff, another master craftsmanship maker of sewing machines in Germany. They do a fabulous job, fabulous job. So for this, we're going to put on some fun music, and I might jam a little bit on the harmonica to celebrate our victory for the critters at the OCONTO Area Humane Society. You already know probably what song I'm going to play, right? Yeah, you do, because you guys are super smart. And I'll jam a little bit while you're looking at this incredible vintage machine. And you know what I should do as well? Hold on a second. I should also go off the tripod while this music is playing, but then I can't play and hold the camera. Am I that talented? I should give it a try. It's a challenge. A challenge alert. A challenge alert. All right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it, but let me get my harmonica out first so that I got a fighting chance. All right, let me get this going. We'll give this a try. Let me get off the tripod too first, because I got to unclick some things, and that'll be hard with one hand. All right, let's come on in the shot a little bit. Go over here. I'm going to sit down because, it's kind of like chewing gum and walking. I don't know that I can do that if I can play harmonica and hold the camera at the same time, but we're going to give it a try. Hold on a second. If I didn't damage my harmonica. Yep, it's kind of out of tune a little bit now that I dropped it. That's not good. All right, let's see what we can do. All right, I'm going to jam a little bit, then we're going to go around and see our heroes again for Hank and for this great cause. All right, I'll give it a try here. Holding the camera, playing the harmonica. Let's give it a try. Here we go. All right, that's all I got for right now. So again, let me do this differently. I'll do it backwards. Starting over here with Emma and Apollo And this donation they made more than one donation, was specifically in memory of their beloved dog, Xena, who was a fabulous Boston Terrier. And then we pop over to Veronica and Emily. I mean, they are amazing. They got the grand prize today. By default, from Jose's generosity, they got the other miniature sewing machine. If we pull them out again, because you can see they've got the chocolate designator right here, they could win a third prize and just sweep the board. So ladies, good luck. I wish you the best. Paula Noel from the great state of Florida. Also from Florida, Maddie and Kiwi. And Kiwi, again, is a really cool bird. Bruce Gillis, one of the board of director members. Roz and Apollo from the great state of Michigan. Thanks again, all of our heroes for Hank. Susie, also a golden ticket finder from the great state of Minnesota. Barbara Finger, also a golden ticket finder from the great state of Wisconsin. Mary, my dear friend from Washington State, who also did a targeted donation in memory of her beloved dog, Riker, who passed away 4 years ago. Thanks again, Mary. Veronica and Emily, again, they donated more than once. A number of our heroes did, from the great state of Texas. Thank you again, ladies, for your generosity. Sonny and Craig, my activists for critters, they just love the cause and they're always involved in fostering and everything else that they do to help critters. So thanks again, Sonny and Craig. Mary again donated a general donation to become a hero from Hank, a hero for Hank from the great state of Washington. Thanks again, Mary. I gotta get a drink of water. Emma and Apollo donated again from the great state of Florida. Thank you so much for donating and becoming heroes for Hank. Some Scott guy from Wisconsin along with Hank. I don't just tell folks, please support this cause. I break out my pocketbook as well and say, I'm gonna give financially. Jody from the great state of California. Thanks again, Jody, for being a hero for Hank. And then, let me go over here first. Susan, a local lady that stepped into the light and said, I want to be a hero as well for the cause. And we just met Jose and Roman over at Just Right Auto Detailing in Oconto, Wisconsin. Thanks again for Jose for donating, and thanks also for being generous and giving that miniature machine to the ladies down in Texas. Angie Porter, Madam President on the Board of Directors, also said, I want to be a hero for Hank, and I want to support this cause as well. So thank you again, Angie. Also, remember, Angie works with Thrivent, and Thrivent tripled her donation. How cool is that? I almost made it to the end. I got so close. Let's hear that one more time. Do y'all mind if I just play that one more time? We'll play it one more time, okay? So this wonderful lady right here, Mrs. Vargas, is the mother of Veronica and Emily's grandmother, the ones that have been sweeping the board. They are now the grand prize winners, and they also got that great miniature sewing machine, this one right here, that Jose gave to them. Could have kept it himself. He said, nope, I want them to have it. They're going to use it. They get it. So they got this incredible miniature sewing machine. And now, Veronica and Emily, and also Veronica's mom and Emily's grandmother is in the drawing today for this second miniature sewing machine. How crazy is that? But these Texans also issued a challenge to other Texans during the campaign that no other Texan accepted, and that was go big or go home. So only Mrs. Vargas and then Emily and Veronica are the only Texans that stepped forward and accepted the call and said, you know what? It was
That was easy.
so easy to donate to this cause. And so many of others agreed that got us to that amazing magic number of $5,400 in support of the Oconto Area Humane Society. That is just, I'm just pinching myself right now. It's so mind-blowing. It's so absolutely mind-blowing that we hit that number. And so many of these donations came from outside of Wisconsin. Outside of Wisconsin, folks, California, Washington State, Texas, Minnesota, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Florida all stepped into the cause for this local shelter. Wow, wow. Y'all give me a clap or something. Give me a clap in the chat. That even rhymes. That rhymes. Give me a clap in the chat for all of those heroes for Hank outside of Oconto, outside of Wisconsin, that said, we are going to make it happen. That's amazing. I got to do it again. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. All right. Scott, you could blah, blah, blah all day long. Let's get to this drawing so we can find out who won this super cool and rare German engineered miniature sewing machine by FOF. Very rare, very, very rare machine. And I don't remember, I think it was Emma that told me what flower she thought that this was. Emma, you're probably in this premiere. Type it in the chat, would you? Or somebody else tell me what this flower is. I think it's a flower, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Look at how gorgeous this machine is. And I did just a little bit of restoration on it because we actually presented this as the other incentive to donate during a live premiere. I took it literally out of the box. If you didn't see that premiere, it's in the playlist. You got to check it out. And it was a little bit grungy, so I did some restorative steps on it to clean it up and to get it really starting to stand tall and look good and ought to be in Hollywood, which it does now. But it could certainly benefit from a little bit more tidying up. But I'll show you this machine again. I'll kind of come out of the shot a little bit. Mr. Bean loves to be on camera anyway. He loves to be on camera. And I'll kind of turn it around so you can see the machine again that we're about to draw for. And then I'll widen the shot and we'll actually write down the names and I'll put them in the hat and we'll draw them out. I'm going to put our golden ticket winners right back here behind it with Emily and Veronica on top as the grand prize winners. But look at this incredible machine. Again, handcrafted in Germany by the FOF Sewing Machine Company. And if you want to talk about a company that is worth clapping for, anyone that knows anything about German sewing machines knows that FOF and Adler are like the Rolls Royce and the Cadillac to talk about an American brand. They are the Rolls Royce and the Cadillac of German machines. Or you know what, I could just point at, I mean, there's other great machines made in Germany, you know, like the Mercedes. So, I mean, this is like the Mercedes of sewing machines, the FOF sewing machine brand. And this is what we're going to be drawing for next, this particular machine. And again, you talk about easy to turn. It's more fun to turn it around so you can see the movement of the machine as well. Mr. Bean, here, you go over and help turn it, would you? What do you mean that's work? It's your day off? No, it isn't. I make up your schedule. It's not your day off, Mr. Bean. You fibber. You're a fibber. You're a fibber. So, I mean, you can see it's just it really is a lovely, you can see it better if I don't pick it up. It really is a lovely machine. And again, I bought both of these miniature machines specifically for this campaign because I wanted to give a special incentive beyond all the other incentives, and the most important incentive is what? The most important incentive is helping critters, right? That's what should motivate you most. Critters like these. That should be the biggest motivator, but I get it. I get it. When you're involved in, and I mean, we've been going through the difficulty of a pandemic and everything else, and some people have lost their jobs, they've been downsized. There's other, you know, challenges as well that come with pandemic and just with life. And so I know for any of these heroes to step forward and say, I'm going to donate to this cause, especially our out-of-state folks. But you know what? We have such a bond with each other, and they love what I do with vintage sewing machines. And I think they love me as well. And when I go in front of them and I say, guys, I've got a cause. I've got a history museum down in South Bend, Indiana. I know none of you live in Indiana. but I want you to support it, please. And they responded to that fundraiser as well in a significant way. And then I came in front of them with this cause for this local shelter in Oconto. And I said, would you step forward again and help out? And guess what? They certainly did. We exceeded goal by $400, and that is just wow. Wow! But still, in spite of the cause, I still wanted to give a motivator and an incentive. So that's why Mr. Bean is dancing just almost off camera there, because he's excited as well to find out who won the second German miniature sewing machine that is incredibly rare, made by FOF. So let's do that right now. And I'll put on some more music for us to, I'm going to write out the names like I did on the other drawing. Then I'm going to take off my hat, and we're going to drop them into the hat and see who wins this one. I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to be totally freaked out. I'm going to be mega freaked out if it's Veronica and Emily again, or if it's Veronica's mom and Emily's grandmother, Mrs. Vargas from Texas as well, that wins it. I mean, it's just going to be, if that happens, I am going to just, wow. I got to pick out some music, because this is just crazy cool to see what's going to happen with this one. All right, so what should I put on next? What's another fun song? Let me put on a party song, something a little bit different. Bay Street Billionaires. Really? That's a song? A real one? Holy mackerel, that's kind of cool. Then I have Space Age Hustle. Let's try that one. Yeah, I don't like any of these. I'm not really excited about any of these yet. Let's see what else we can find. Watch Your Back. That's a fun one. Okay, yeah, this is writing out cards music, sort of. Gotta use your imagination, you know? Gotta use your imagination! Okay, so I'm going to show you again by pointing the camera at the board who's eligible for this targeted incentive-based donation giveaway thingy, whatty-colly. The first one that is eligible is Mrs. Vargas from the great state of Texas. Again, this is Emily's grandmother and Veronica's mom. Mrs. Vargas, you can dance. Yeah, you can. All right, the next one that's eligible, well, and she might recuse herself, so I'm going to, if I pick her out, I'm going to pick an alternate, because I'm guessing that she's going to say, no, I'm not going to, I can't do it, I can't accept it. But is Angie Porter. Angie Porter, the president of the board of directors, receives an entry for this, along with her employer, Thrivent Financial, because they tripled Angie's donation. So I know they're a company, they're an organization, but they were part of contributing to this cause, so it's only right to include them. What do you think, Mr. Bean? Should we include them? And then they can recuse themselves? Yeah, so I guess we're going to have to pick actually three. We're going to have to pick three. This is kind of weird, isn't it? This is kind of weird. But I mean, it is what it is. Angie and her employer donated, so along with Mrs. Vargas. And then over on the other board, we've got Emma and Apollo. We've got Veronica and Emily again. And that's it. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 is Angie and Thrivent, the organization that tripled Angie's donation. All right, let's see what we get. See what we get. Go right to about there. So the first one I'm going to write down is Mrs. Vargas. And I'm using the same cutout from the chocolate bars that I did the last time. So I'm going to write down Mrs. Vargas. And I'm going to move our other toy machine to the side a little bit. Mrs. Vargas is going to go right there. And then I've got Angie Porter. And I've got Thrivent. And I have Emma and Apollo. And last but not least, I have our sweeping the board people, Veronica and Emily from the great state of Texas. All right, let me take my hat off. All right, first one to go in is Veronica. Oh, I spelled her name wrong. That's embarrassing. Veronica. I forgot the A on the end. Sorry about that. All right, so Veronica and Emily go into the hat first. Then Emma and Apollo. Thrivent. Angie Porter. And Mrs. Vargas. So let me set the hat down right there. I'll pick out a little bit more music for a little bit more shaking music. And then we will pick out three names. And the reason again I'm picking out three names is Angie Porter is a board of directors member, and I am 99% sure she's going to recuse herself if she gets picked because it's a material thing. She'd be receiving a sewing machine, which is not like getting chocolate. It's different. You know what I mean? It's just different. And then Thrivent is the organization that she works for. They also, in all likelihood, or she on their behalf might recuse them as well. And then we've got Mrs. Vargas, we've got Emma and Apollo, and we have Veronica and Emily. So we're going to pick three, just in case Angie and Thrivent say, nope, we can't do it. Then we'll have the third runner-up as the potential winner. Okay? But again, if we don't, you know, if we do the drawing and we don't get an Angie or a Thrivent as the first pick, then whoever we pick is going to be the winner. You see what I'm saying? If we pick Angie and Thrivent and then another person, let's say Mrs. Vargas, then we would have to, you know, in all likelihood default to Mrs. Vargas because Angie and Thrivent will probably recuse themselves. But if our first pick is not an Angie and not a Thrivent, this is really a long explanation. I need more music. Hold on. And I need water. Hold on a second. We got this. See what Shine On sounds like. Shine On. Yeah, this is fun. I like this. So my whole point is this, with a lot of blah, blah, blah. If the first name I pull out of the hat is not Angie and not Thrivent, in other words, if I don't pick out either one of these right here that are eligible, and the first one I pick out is either, say, Mrs. Vargas, Emily and Apollo, or Veronica and Emily. If it's any one of those other three individuals, then that person will be an automatic winner. Because I know that they're not going to want to recuse themselves. All right, so you ready? I'm going to get a quick drink of the lemonade. You guys know me and lemonade. I'm going to give this hat a shake up, just like I did with the other giveaway. And I'll use my pillow again. I'm going to widen this shot just a little bit more. A little bit more. All right. So there are our names in the bottom of the hat. You can see that right there. Those are the individuals that I dropped in. Angie, Thrivent, Mrs. Vargas, Emily. Yeah, I'll go with that. Emily and Veronica, and Emma and Apollo. Okay. So now I'm going to put my pillow over the top, and I'll hold it tighter this time so I don't drop any like I did the last time. All right, hold it like this. All right, put the hat back down. That's almost a workout. Goodness gravy. Okay, let me wind the shot, and I'm gonna back up into the shot. All right, here we go. All right, with total silence and anticipation, I'm gonna reach behind me. Goodness gravy, they're stuck on the side and everything. I'm trying to brush them down so that I can. All right, I've got a hold of one. Let's see what it is. Folks, that is absolutely insane. Everybody's going to hate Texas. They're just going to hate Texas. Veronica and Emily again. Veronica and Emily again. Okay? I'm going to hold it like this and reach behind. And this is just to show you all the names. Veronica and Emily just won it. Unbelievable. There's Thrivent. Emma and Apollo. I don't have to reach behind me anymore. I'm not actually drawing them. Mrs. Vargas. And last but certainly not least, Angie, Madam President from the Board of Directors. So you know what? While it would have been cool if it had been, you know, either Mrs. Vargas or if it had been Apollo and Emma from Florida, that would have been super cool because they haven't won anything specifically yet. But I can't, I mean, it is what it is. I can't make it up. So, I mean, it was a fair drawing. And Veronica and Emily, I'll tell you one thing. I don't think these ladies are gamblers. I don't think so. But if I'm ever down in Texas visiting you, I would love to take you out for a cup of coffee or tea. And then we'll go buy a lottery ticket. Because you guys are the grand prize winners. You got that other miniature machine from Jose because he gave it to you. And then you just won this other miniature sewing machine. Stranger than fiction. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to put theirs right over by this machine because now they've got two miniature machines that they've won. Plus, they get the treasure trove of chocolate. Plus, they get the truffles. Plus, they either get a virtual tour or they can come from Texas up to Wisconsin. It has to be within the next year or less. The next year or less. So it has to be by next September 24th, right? Is today the 24th? Yeah, it should be. Or is it the 25th? I think my watch is wrong. It's the 23rd, isn't it? It should be. No, not the 23rd. The 24th is what I meant. I got it right the first time. Yeah. Today is September 24th. September 24th. So, Veronica and Emily have until September 24th, 2022 to redeem the grand prize. And that means either coordinate with me where maybe through Facebook Messenger We can do a virtual tour if that's what they prefer to do, or they'll have to make a trip from Texas up to Wisconsin and do the walkthrough of the workshop, which would be really cool. And then Emily and Veronica will be able to pick the machine of their choice out of my personal collection. So it's up to them now. The clock is ticking. Yeah, you get the idea. All right, well, I'm going to put on one last song to wrap us up and go around and see our Heroes for Hank just one final time as we wrap this campaign up. And I'm going to type in a word like party because I want some party music. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. OSA dress code. Let's hear what that sounds like. No. Nope. West Bad. This is kind of cool. Yeah, I could fly with this one. All right, let me start it over. We'll go with this one. This is called West Bad. West Bad. This is going to be our wrap-up song to bring this campaign officially to a close. All right, y'all ready? All right, let's come off the tripod. Veronica and Emily, you guys are absolutely off the charts crazy, unbelievable. That is your machine now, Veronica and Emily, as is that one. And you're also the grand prize winner. Unbelievable. Wow, wow! All right, let's go from this direction this time and just say thank you again to Sonny and Craig from the great state of Pennsylvania. Let's say thank you again to Mary from the great state. I gotta turn this down a little bit. They're getting really excited. Say thank you again to our friend Mary from the great state of Washington, always willing to step into the corner, as are all the Heroes for Hank. Just amazing, amazing generosity. Emma and Apollo from the great state of Florida, thank you again, guys, for donating. Some Scott guy, we know Hank. Hank is a rock star. Not sure about that Scott guy, but at any rate, I love to jump into causes with my friends, and I consider all of you to be my friends, not just my followers on YouTube. Jody from the great state of California, thank you again, Jody. Susie, my local friend, which, hey, you're local. We should meet at the Humane Society sometime and check out critters together. That would be kind of fun. My friend Jose, within a rock's throw of the workshop, thank you again, Jose, and thank you, Roman, for helping me out with drawing the grand prize winner for this incredible Willy Wonka campaign. And I hope you enjoyed the Smarties. Did you share any of the Smarties with your dad or your mom? I gotta know, Roman. If you're able to type in the chat if you shared any of the Smarties with your mom and dad. I just need to know. Angie Porter, thank you so much, Madam President, for not only volunteering to be interviewed when we met Vern, but also donating to the cause as well. Very cool. And also for your employer, Thrivent, for tripling your donation. That is just off the charts. That's off the charts. Mrs. Vargas, thank you for following the lead of your daughter and your granddaughter and saying, I'm so excited. At that point, Emily got a golden ticket, which is just off the charts. And now Emily and Veronica are also the grand prize winners. So that's got to make you an incredibly proud mom and an incredibly proud grandma down in the great state of Texas. But thank you for as well making a donation. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's a family thing, you know what I mean? Emma and Apollo, incredible champions for any cause that I ask my friends to please support. And also, Emma made a targeted donation in memory of her beloved dog, Xena. And I showed you pictures of Xena in the other premieres. Again, check out those other videos in the playlist. I think we're going to have almost 20 videos by the time this campaign wraps up with this one. Veronica and Emily, they're a household name. They're like Charlie in the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. They made a sweep with getting both miniature sewing machines that I donated to this campaign, plus they also are now the grand prize winners on top of that. What do you say to that? What do you say? And I wasn't a big fan of that song, so let's pick out another one to wrap this up with. Come on, give me another song. Do something. Do something. Hold on, I got to set the camera down just for a second. It must be tapping the wrong thing. Yes, I was. Let's try Airborne. That sounds like a fun one. I think we played that before. Yeah, this is a fun one. I like this a lot. So again, congratulations to Veronica and Emily. Incredible job, incredible job. Now we're to my dear friend Paula Noel from the great state of Florida. Paula has also reached out to Lexi. So a shout out to Lexi if you're watching this premiere, which I trust you are. Paula would love to donate her gifts and talents remotely from Florida in helping in any way using her special crafty skills. So I hope the two of you ladies can connect and find a way for Paula to plug herself in from Florida. I mean, what is that, a good 1,000 miles, but who cares? It's remote help and Paula's willing to do it. So thanks again, Paula, for doing that. Thanks for being a hero for Hank. Maddie and Kiwi, again, that cool little bird that is a friend of Maddie's, they both jumped in and said, we want to be heroes for Hank. We want to help this cause, and they surely did. Bruce, also on the board of directors, is another hero for Hank and also a board member and devotes a lot of his time to this cause. So thank you, Bruce, for doing that, along with Angie and the other board members that are steering this organization in the right direction to continue to grow its mission and help even more critters. Again, they've gone from way back in the day from about 100 pet donations a year to over 600 donations a year now. And that's where all of your donations go in to support those animals that continue to flood that Humane Society shelter in Oconto that need to be fed, need to be kept warm in the winter. So all of you heroes, and thank you again, Bruce. Roz and Apollo from the great state of Michigan. You guys are always willing to help out. Thank you so much for doing that. And again, if you watch the other videos, you'll find that Apollo is Roz's dog, her forever friend. Susie, a golden ticket finder from the great state of Minnesota. Thank you again for your donation and congratulations on winning that treasure trove of chocolate. And Susie, by way again, if you missed it, I think that was a sentence, that may have been close to a sentence. Susie, being a very generous soul, turned back that gift card and said, Scott, when you go out and buy the gift cards, would you give my gift card of $50 to Joanne Fabrics, or Joanne as they call themselves now, would you give that back to the Humane Society so they can use it to buy fleece or other goodies they need for the critters? And I said, yep. And Angie presented that to Lexi, and Lexi said, you have no idea how much we could use that gift card. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So Susie, wow, you're amazing. Barbara Finger is also amazing and is also a golden ticket finder and is going to get all of this treasure trove of chocolate and is also going to get that $50 gift card to Joanne's. And she's a local lady, so I'll probably meet her at the Humane Society and present that to her in person. And thank you again, Barbara. Congratulations on finding a golden ticket. Mary, again, from the great state of Washington, made a targeted donation, a very generous donation, in memory of her beloved dog, Riker, who passed away 4 years ago. Mary, you're always in the corner for causes that I believe in. Thank you so much. Veronica and Emily, again, made an additional donation to become Heroes for Hank. And these, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the small army that brought us to a total of, wait for it, drum roll, 5,400 $5,400. It's almost, it is. It's absolutely mind-blowing. So all I can say is the real winners here, all of you could point at Texas and say Veronica and Emily are the real winners, right? I mean, they get 2 miniature sewing machines. They're the grand prize winners. Does it get any better than that? Yep. Yeah, it gets better than that. All of the critters that will benefit from that $5,400. All of the critters. Those are the real winners. Those are the real winners. All of those donations are going right to the bottom line to take care of these incredible, incredible blessings that are looking for their forever home. I just don't know if it can get any better than that. All right, I got to end on an upbeat because I'm choking up a little bit with the idea that this campaign is coming to an end. I got to catch up on so much work, and literally during this live premiere, I got a couple of text messages from customers asking about the status on their machines that are pending, including the one that I showed you on camera and a couple of those premieres, that beautiful Singer 66 Red Eye that I showed you with the other 2 miniature machines. So I got to catch up. I got to catch up, or they're going to be knocking at the door and kicking the door, and Hank's going to be barking at them. So that'll be ugly. That'll be ugly. OCONTO police will be here, and I know all of them. So they'll be like, Scott, is Hank barking at people again? And I'll be like, yeah, he is. And they'll be like, that's okay. That's okay. As long as it's not really late, no one's complaining. They all love Hank. A lot of people know Hank in OCONTO, especially the board of directors who, when they go to their meetings next door at the library, they can actually wave at him through the fence, because my fence butts up against the back door that they go into to go to their board meeting. So I think their board meeting is coming up again in October. I'll try to have him out when they come so they can all say, hey, Hank, hey, buddy, thanks for being our poster child for that campaign. And everybody jumped into it with both feet and made a huge difference for the critters that used to be part of your family at the shelter. So, yeah. All right, give me a second. I'm going to find it. Well, if you have any comments that you'd like to type in the chat, just anything at all, feel free to do that while I'm queuing up this song. And just again, thank you so much to all of our heroes for Hank that made a huge difference for this cause. I mean, just a mind-blowing difference for this cause. And again, if any of you have missed all the other premieres and you're only coming to this last premiere because it's the wrap-up one, and you were curious who the grand prize winner was going to be, and you were curious who was going to get that other super cool miniature German sewing machine, and you missed everything else. Everything else you missed, and you haven't gone to the playlist yet. Well, then you should know that the reason that I picked the Old MacDonald song, it's not because of the name of my company, Cow Country Vintage Sewing Machines and Restoration. Right away you hear cow, you think of farms, right? You think of Old MacDonald on the farm. But that's not the reason at all that I picked that song. Any of you that are really, really smart, which is everybody in this classroom, because it's the smart, you are the smartest students in any classroom, any place in the world, hands down. I mean, just duh. Type in the chat why I picked this particular theme song to present it so many times in all of these premieres. And if you're saying, okay, what theme song is he talking about? Hold on a second, I'll start it, and then type in the chat why I chose it. And I'll give you a few seconds and I'll tell you why.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. With a
Boo!
here and a
Boo!
there, here a there, everywhere. Old MacDonald
Well, if you guessed, and this is my book again, if you guessed because this guy right here, who was actually this guy in the movie, Charlie grew up to be a veterinarian. And he does veterinary work out in the great state of New York. And he works specifically with dairy farmers. Got it now? Do you understand now why? Yeah. E-I-E-I-O.
And on his farm he had a dog. E-I-E-I-O. With a here and a there.
Holy mackerel, I need to drink some water. My throat is dry.
Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some ducks. E-I-E-I-O. With a
Quack, quack.
here and a
Quack, quack.
there, here and there, everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. And on his farm he had some sheep.
Sing with me, sing with me.
With a here and a there, here and there, everywhere. Old MacDonald.
Well, thank you again to everyone, including Lexi, the staff, the board of directors, and all of these heroes for Hank. Yeah, we did it. $5,400. Signing off now. See ya!